Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing something exciting, and by exciting, it's more like planning because we're going on vacation. I know I talked about it in a few videos back, what our future plans were, but we are taking a vacation actually coming up here in September, and when I tell you the whole thing's not planned, it's not. I'm one of those people that waits until the last minute to plan things out, but I will tell you we do have our outgoing flight booked, so it's for sure happening. I just need to book the rest of the pieces to the puzzle. So that is what we're doing today. I am going to make a coffee first, and I'm gonna show you how I make it because I got that new KitchenAid espresso machine and I love it. So I'm gonna show you how I make my coffee, and then I'm gonna kind of piece together the rest of our vacation, or at least part of it. The plan is to get 2 hotels booked today and maybe a connecting flight, but you know, if we get the 2 hotels booked, we're doing real good. Okay, I'm gonna get this all warmed up and then I'm gonna show you how I make my coffee. We put this little cup under here because it has to like rinse through after you turn it on. So I just let it do its thing and then I'll move all that. First thing that I like to do with my coffee is I'm gonna put my syrups and sauces in this cup here. And I usually use the sea salt caramel toffee as one of my favorites, and then I do either caramel or French vanilla syrup. So I just drizzle a little bit of this in the cup, like so. I don't do too much, I don't know. Yeah, I don't really do too much because I'm just gonna do 1 shot of espresso. I don't want a lot of caffeine. And then I'm gonna do a half pump of caramel. And then I'll go ahead and put my ice cubes in there, which I'm running out because I forgot to fill the thing up last night. So I only have 4, which that'll be fine. And then I'm gonna use some whole milk, and I just fill the glass up until I feel like it's good. Yeah, that's probably good. Now I'm gonna make my espresso and then I just dump it over the top and stir it up, and that's all I do for my coffee. That is what the drink looks like. I'm just gonna give it a little stir. Once it's all mixed up, we're gonna do a little taste test. Yep, that's good. That's real good. I seriously am still obsessed with this espresso machine. I'm gonna shut it down since I'm done using it. I always put this under there because I don't want to have to empty this tray like a million times. So by putting this under there, when it rinses after it shuts off, you don't have to keep emptying your tray as much. Just shut that down, and then let's go talk about the vacation a little bit. Coffee complete. Now it's time to go to the office and let's get planning on all this. Okay. So, all right, our goals today are to hopefully book 2 hotels, and if we do any more than that, we're winners. We're overachievers if we do any more than that today. But little backstory, and also I'm going to finally tell you where we're even going, but in September, we are finally doing a trip to Europe. We have talked about going to Europe for years. I even at one time almost had an entire vacation planned out, all ready to go, and then we ended up not doing it and we switched to something else. I don't quite know which one we switched to, but we love taking vacations. We love taking international trips, to be more specific. But if you saw one of my other videos, which I will put at the end of this video because it might give you a little backstory into why we haven't taken one in a hot minute, but last year was a rough year. We had a lot going on, so we didn't get a chance to really fit one in between there. So I told my husband when that year was over with and we finished up everything that we were doing, we were for sure taking a vacation. And a couple months ago, I found a good deal on flights using points, and I was like, let's do it. Let's go to Europe. Let's do the trip we've been wanting to do for a while, and let's roll with it. So I booked the outgoing flight, and that's usually how all of our vacations start, is I literally will book the flight there. I don't care about the flight back yet. I literally just book to the destination because why not? Why would you not? That's how every vacation starts. For us, we knew Europe was going to be like a multi-destinational trip, to put it that way. So just booking that outgoing flight was a good enough start for us. But we know for sure that we're going to London and Paris. But from there, we're not 100% sure where else we're gonna go. I wanted to try to fit 2 more destinations in if we can, but we'll see. I already know the dates for London and Paris, so that's why I'm like, I want to book the hotels because I know that for sure, and then from there I'm gonna look into like other places. But that's what we're doing today. We're booking hotels in London and Paris. I will say that I booked our outgoing flights, and we do have flights coming back from the US that I booked too, and I'm actually really excited for those because I booked them in business class. I am a credit card points fanatic girl. Like, I love getting a good deal, and so I use credit card points to book a lot of our flights, and I'm trying to use our benefits on our cards to book hotels and like connecting flights like in between the places we're going if we're not taking the train. I am so excited for this trip, but I really need to get on finishing it. But the way that I plan my trips, let me go into that because you're probably wondering. Book that departure flight, and then from there, depending how much time we have from the time I book that to the actual trip, or like from the departure date, I will slowly piece the rest of the trip together. If it's a multi-destinational trip, I will basically kind of set my dates. I'll decide when I want to be where at what date. And then from there, I do hotels, and then I'll do the transportation in between each place, and then I'll do the departure. If it's multi-destinational and I'm not sure where I'm going to end up at, which is kind of like our Europe trip right now, I won't necessarily book the flight back home yet because I'm not sure where I'm going to end. But I will say I did already book our flight back to the US because I found a good deal on business class flights with the airline we're flying over there. Found a great deal on business class flights from London back to the US, and so I went ahead and booked it. And London is just going to be our hub for transportation, so no matter where we end in Europe, we're going to get a small flight back to London to then take that flight back to the US. Basically the steps I take to booking a vacation, and I always recommend people do the same. Get that departure flight, because then you're for sure going, and then piece together your hotels and your your transportation between destination as you go and according to the dates that you pick out for each place. Another thing is, some people have to plan activities all the way down to the T. We don't do that. We are just go with the flow type of people. We get our main things, our transportation and our hotel booked, and then from there, we will just look at places that we want to go to. A lot of places we like to go to are places that you're not necessarily always going to pay money to go to. Like they're just monuments or just iconic places that people have been to that you don't have to pay for. You literally just walk there or take transportation to, and you get to see it. And it's really cool. There, outside of the US, there are actually a lot of things that are free to do that you can go to and get to experience without having to pay anything, which is really nice. I just talked your ear off, but this is, you know, the life of me. I just like to talk. But we're gonna book our hotels. Like I said, I have one already picked out in London, but I do need to pick one out in Paris. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, I'm gonna take a little break. I just ordered a pickup Chipotle order, so I'm gonna go grab Chipotle real quick and then take it to DC because he's currently working and we don't have any lunch prepared. We usually meal prep and we don't have any prepared. So I'm gonna go grab lunch real quick and then come back. I don't know why that just took so long, but it did. I gotta get a deal in me was saying, you have got to get a deal, a steal. And I had to like triple, quadruple check everything just to make sure I was using the right card to get the right amount of points or to get this or that. And what turned into, or what was supposed to be like really quick, turned into a whole thing. I mean, I turned into a blanket burrito by the time I finished this. But I will say we were almost successful, almost meeting our goal, kind of meeting our goal. I booked a hotel. Just one. I booked our hotel for London, and then I also booked one of our flights home. I had a flight from London to the US, and Then from that airport back to our home airport, I had to book another like small flight. I booked that. So I booked a hotel for London and then that flight home. There is a lot more that still needs to be pieced together and planned for this trip, but I have some time left on my hands. So I'm gonna slowly work on that as we get closer, even though we're almost a month away already, which is insane. If you guys liked watching this video today, watching me struggle my way through booking a few things for this trip, please give this video a like down below. And of course, subscribe to my channel to see future videos and of course, our travel content coming up. I am so excited for this trip and I cannot wait to show you guys everything that we have planned for it. With all that being said, I will see you next time. Bye.